The Manor Hotel, located at 211 Silver Creek Parkway South in Guelph, was built in 1891 and for more than 65 years was a family home of former Guelph Mayor and brewmaster George Sleeman. In 1957, it was sold and converted into a hotel, restaurant, and nightclub. The manor is presently owned by Roger Cohen and holds the distinction of being the only licensed adult entertainment club in Guelph.
This building as a piece of architecture is really unique in the city of Guelph. There's so much craftsmanship and elements of style that were designed into this building that is very rare today. One of those examples is the vermiculated stonework. The quarried stone was brought onto this site and it was hammered by stonemasons. Vermiculated stonework comes from the Latin root for worms, so it was given a worm-like pattern, very labor-intensive. It was built in a Queen Anne high Victorian fashion with a number of specific elements such as an octagonal tower, a conical roof on top of that tower. It's 3 full stories. The quarter sawn oak paneling, the staircase, the hinges, the doors, the stonework, all of the details inside the house, the fireplaces, the 2-sided fireplaces, and highly ornamented fretwork throughout the entire site. It really was a masterpiece of architecture at the time. The grounds were designed to be part of the entry and the gateway feature to the city of Guelph, and had apple orchards and flower gardens and very Victorian landscapes. It's generally believed that the house was of George Sleeman's own design, adapted by the architect and builder John Day, but very much Sleeman's signature, his stamp, his personal stamp of style on the interior and exterior of the house. George Sleeman himself had a long history of business and brewing in Canada. He and his family came from England and originally settled in St. David's and later moved to the city of Guelph, where they set up Sleeman Brewing and Malting. Right across the street from here, the Silver Creek Brewery operated within sight of this house. He founded the electric railway that ran a streetcar line out to the Silver Creek Brewery so the citizens of Guelph could ride the streetcar to pick up their brew for the weekend. And it expanded and later became what we now know as the Guelph Transit System. Sleeman was also a sportsman. He was into curling, the rifle club, the bicycle club. He's a founder of the Guelph Turf Club and was also the owner of the Guelph Maple Leafs Baseball Club, one of the first Canadian team to win the World Series in Watertown, New York. The stained glass windows in this building depict Canadian songbirds, which is very unique, and there's only one other instance of this pattern being used in the city of Guelph at 17 Kent Street, which coincidentally was built by a Guelph Maple Leafs baseball player, therefore concluding that the stained glass was made by the same artist. He did fall into hard financial times and ended up selling many of his assets, including this house later. And during Prohibition, unfortunately, the brewing and malting business became less profitable. But thankfully, he was doing well enough to leave this significant piece of architecture that we can enjoy today as part of his legacy.